What's up, guys? What's going on? All right, so I had a losing day on Friday, NFP August 1st. Now, truthfully, it was a very silly mistake. It happens sometimes, we're not perfect. But what I want to do in this video, I want to break down exactly what I saw, what I was aiming to do, and then on top of that, like how you can learn from this video, learn from my mistake, so you don't make the same mistake in the future. All right, let's get straight into it. All right, now I do want to say this, that losses happen. It is a part of the game. I don't strive to lose. No trader I know wakes up and the first thing they say they do strive to have a losing trade. However, like the idea of it is that when we do lose, you have to learn exactly why you lost so you won't repeat those same mistakes moving on in the future. All right, so as you guys can see right here, I am on US30. This is a daily time frame. I'm going to break down what I saw on an hour time frame and go from there. Now, as I'm doing that, I do want to say that Friday was NFP. We get the job report every first Friday of the month. Now, it came out very bad. Like this actually skyrocket the idea that the Fed is going to cut rates in September 17th. If I'm not mistaken. I believe it's 17th, September 17th. So again, I said it was a bad NFP. It's a lot of things that factor too. Because like, bro, why do you take this buy instead? But again, I'm going to break down what I saw. Now, before we get going straight to it, I do a live trading session in my Discord. We do that every single morning. When we have these high impact news during like 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, right? We make sure that we're in it beforehand. Why? Because again, like I want to make sure that they're getting exactly, the live trades, right? Seeing exactly what I'm looking for, what they're looking for, and so forth. And it was no difference. So as of right now, you guys can see we're on an hour time frame. Now this candle right here is at 8. I mean at 7 a.m. Right, going into it. So overall, what I was seeing for NFP is like, yes, I saw this massive drop. Now, ideally, I was looking for a price to come back and retest this before we continue going down, right? So now, if we go to the 15-minute time frame, you guys can see it as well. So on the hour time frame, this right here on that support, the way we're forming, that is the start of a lower time frame and inverted head and shoulder. So on the 15-minute time frame, what I'm looking for is this, right? I do see this coming into play. Now I'm looking for price to come back down, recess around this area, give me that shoulder. We break out this and price should have no problem going up. Now again, I love to trade the high impact news. That's just something I didn't do, especially in my Discord. So it is some ego. I'm gonna be honest, it's some ego that played into me staying in this trade longer than I need to. But again, it was very idiotic. All right, so this right here is 7:45. We're just going to let me put the markers back on. But that was a minute time frame. Let me just speed this up real quick. 8:15. All right, so right here. So now drop down to the lower time frame. Now, for starters, as I said, you guys can see it coming into play. Now, looking at this right here, this box that I have was if we break out of this one, price should have no problem going up. If we break out of this, price should have no problem going down. All I did when it comes to it, I just box price in. When trading, for me, it's best to do it that way. Why? Because you want to have if-then trades, right? If this breaks out, it'll be a buy. If this breaks out, it'll be a sell. And then you'll also have whatever your system is. For me, I have market structure, support resistance, candlestick analysis. Those are the three reasons in which I take any type of position. Again, and this was no different. So drop down to the lower time frame, and the reason why I took this entry was here. And I kept all my markups for this actual breakdown. All right, this right here was it. So what I saw was price was coming up. We have a break and retest of this area. You guys can see exactly how we are holding on this. On top of that, again, I was looking for the higher time frame. The 15 was showing me that might be the shoulder I was looking for. Now, again, it was greed. It was greed. It was ego. Because I said to myself, what I don't want to happen, I don't want price to shoot up and then I'm not in it. And then and that kind of get to me because like, bro, like that was your plan. You literally saw it. Why didn't you click the button? Like ignore news. All right. Anywho, so that right here, I took the entry. My stop loss is over here. My take profit, as I said, it was based off of this higher time frame, which is right here, right? And again, that would be the inverted head and shoulder. Now, going back into this, when it comes to trading, I don't like to risk anything truthfully. I like 50 pips, but it's like the way the market has been going, I have looked to expand that to about like 60 pips. But even with that as well, like I'm not really a fan of risking more than that. I don't care if my take profit is like 500 pips away. I'm on a minute time frame. There's no reason for me to risk that much. Now, based off of this, I understand that when it comes to high impact news like CPI, PCE, as well as NFP, the market likes to do a huge push one direction before you continue going the direction it wants to go. So because of that, as well as when it comes to spread and spillage, what I don't want to happen, I don't want to have like a normal 40, 50 pip stop loss. Spillage hits that and then I get pissed off. It goes my way. So because of that, we do have that impact news. I actually push it further. So if the bullshit does happen, it really wouldn't get to me. It'll hit. I'll still be in profit, especially with the spillage, and it'll go my way. So because of that, I have price here, as you guys can see. Now I base my stop loss off of 705 candle, which is right over here. Where is it at? Which is here. The reason why I did that, because again, on a higher time frame, right? If we go to it, that would be around this area. So if price comes back down, we break this, more likely I'm just going to be wrong with this trade. So you guys see exactly where that box is at. All right, so NFP comes out, this candle right here. Now, even from this, right, price came, retested that zone, which I was talking about, very important. So for me, when I saw that, I'm like, all right, this is great. I love that. I had a nice stop loss. This should be the show that I need price to go up. Now, again, added to that, as I said, I'm not great in this trade until we get a break out of this. Why? Because once we do, structure-wise, more likely we'll have this, right? Price will come up, come here, come back down, or even break out, come like right over here, come back down, retest this area, and after that, continue shooting up and towards my take profit. So that's why I have that line up there when it comes to this green line. So, all right, so let's go back into the minute time frame and let's see how this plays out. This right here, again, it's 8:30. Let's just pick up a little bit so we can see this is holding, right? I'm looking at this. I'm liking this. Why? Because I now see some bullish pressure coming into play. This is holding right here. All I got to do is break out of this one. After this, I have nothing to worry about. All right, price comes up. This is 41, 42. All right, so now at this point, we're very close to that, but we did not break that as well. Looking at this, that 15-minute candle didn't close yet. Overall, though, the reason why I stayed in this trade and I didn't close it is because this candle, to me, is the one that had pushed out of that zone. So that's a controlling candle. So now how I like to play controlling candles, they're more likely staying in motion until we have a candle that breaks out of that to show, obviously, was no longer controlling and price going the opposite direction. So again, even though in this live trading session, I'm saying to everyone as well, is like, I'm staying in this trade until we have a break of this 840 candle. I'm saying that purposely. So you guys can see exactly where I fucked up at. All right, so now at this point, again, the higher time frame, 15-minute candle close. You guys can see we came up to it. Didn't necessarily break that. So again, I'm not safe yet until we get a break of that. Go back to the minute time frame. This right here is 43, 45. All right, we can see it just closed. Now, even with this, price is coming back down. What price can do is retest this controlling candle. It can hold, and then price goes my way. So again, that's what I'm waiting for. Now I'm saying it one more time. I'm telling everyone I'm staying in this trade until we get a break of this controlling candle. Why? Because at that point, structure is showing me and price is showing me this right here is holding. This is not going to hold. We are now going the opposite direction. And then before I even continue going out, let me go to the SPY real quick. So overall, what I had was this. We'll go to daily. Overall, what I had was this. I had, if price did break that, I had price first retesting this candle right here. This is based off of December 18th. And then if that didn't hold, I had price retesting this right here, which is based off November 6th, right? Which is obviously, we know that's Trump candle around what's called election. All right, now, and again, I'm not taking the entire move to there. That's not how I trade. So I was saying that, like, if we do get a break of this, more likely I'll take it to this candle. And again, that's why I have this drawn up. The reason why I have that is because we have this right here at the start of the move. So that's my high of it. And then we also have this candle right here. And we can see how price is playing within that quote unquote zone. So because of that, if we did break this, I am going to take it to there. Great day for me. I have nothing to worry about. All right, now go back into this minute time frame. So even when it comes to the minute time frame, now I'm using a minute time frame to look for exactly like where's the start of the higher time frame reversal, right? Whether it's a buy or a sell, right? It has to start somewhere in the higher time frame reversal pattern. So that's why I'm on a minute time frame. So I'm not on here looking at it candle by candle. No, I'm looking at key points that I'm searching for, which again would be my controlling candle. So continuing from this right here is 45. Let me speed this up real quick. All right. So at this point, right, we can see right here, we're holding on this candle, not confirmed yet. But again, once we break, you should just close the trade. This right here. Now, I have this called Close Me Now, CME. So I'm sorry, CMN. So like moving forward, I was telling my Discord, like literally CMN, we're closing this trade. Like again, there's no reason to go about doing so. And this actually took me off. Why? Because I stayed in trade. Right now, I'm saying that purposely. I told everyone, once this break, I'm getting out of this trade because price is going to show me we are going to continue going the opposite. I'm going down. I did not do so. So literally, I went against where I not just told the Discord, but literally I went against my plan. I went against everything that the market is showing me. Why? Because at that point, I let my ego get to me. It's like, there's no way I'm going to be wrong. But again, obviously I'm wrong. So this right here, I did not close this. You can see price is still there. Now, I think, let me speed this up real quick. This is 901, about like 907. I think it was 907, 5, 6, 7. Right over here. So at this point, I walked out and I came back around like 9:20ish. I had came back into the office. But overall, you guys can clearly see that this right here is a break, retest of this. Price is not going that direction. Price is going down. And again, once we get a break from this, we should have no problem going to the higher time frame, which would be 455. As I told you guys, that's based off the daily time frame. If you go back, this is from Wednesday, December 18th. So at this point, again, let me speed this up. I came back into the office roughly around right over, I think it was like 2021. Yeah. It was right over here. So at this point, I'm in the office. I'm looking at price, and I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. Again, this is a clear sell, break and retest. Now you clearly see structure. I take everything off so you can see it. Right? We have structure, break, retest. Right? A lower high, lower low. Like we're going down. Right? So like the only thing that was holding me was the fact that we have this zone. At this point, I'm looking at price, and I'm like, well, we're so close to my stop loss. Fuck it. Right? It is what it is. Like at that point, I already accepted the loss that it could potentially happen. And since we're this close to it, it doesn't make sense for me to just close this trade. Why? Because again, price could do this. We've seen it happen plenty of times. Price can come here, stay there, and then shoot up and go my favor. And then also we also had that that market open is getting ready to happen. So this right here is 21. Let me just speed this up real quick. This right here is 28. Yeah. Now again, at this point, I'm looking at it, I'm like, all right, we should be fine. We're holding on this one, but I need price to break out of this. Once price breaks out of that, now it's showing me, oh, okay, I should see some good wiggle room. And from there, I probably just got to weather the storm and I should be good. But no, oil prices will just push to a resistance. And you've seen it plenty of times. Whenever price pushes to a resistance, that's not an indication that we are going to continue going up. That's just pushing to resistance. Now, this right here is 929. All right, market open came. Now, market open came. Once we started breaking out of this, I was like, damn it, I really should close that trade. It's a loss. So I wound up getting stopped out. That one got stopped out. And at this point, again, me personally, I don't like to, another thing too, I don't like to take sells when I'm in a buy or buy when I'm sell. I don't hedge, right? So because of that, yeah, I saw it happening. I could have closed the trade at that point. I really could have. But overall, I did not, right? So I think it was about around 100 pips I lost on this trade. Really irritated me. And I think some members had took this sell. I think they did take it to that support. I'm going to break down what I did not take and then what I actually did take. So this right here is 931. So looking at this, seeing price over here, right? Because now we broke out of that support I had, and more likely we're going to the higher time frame. And it would irritate me because doing the math from it in real time, I'm like, damn, this is 250 pips away. Clearly, it could have been a great day. I didn't have to worry about that trade no more and take that sell. But again, once I got stopped out, this happened so fast. Could I have jumped in the trade? Again, as I said, I did not choose to do so because for me, that would have been chasing price rather than chasing my system. All right, so at this point, we're holding on here. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, this is clearly a sell. I should go for the sell. Especially now, we're starting to see stability is being created. This is no longer like a FOMO. Price is now showing you I'm going to continue dropping. I did not take that. So right, price happened as well, even with this. A break, retest of that, and we continue dropping. Now, at this point, news is getting ready to come out. News comes out, ISM comes out at 10 o'clock. So take profit would have been hit. You guys can see that here. Let me go to, all right, this. All right, so at this point, I'm looking at price, right? And as I said to you guys, once we start breaking this, the next area you should have no problem going to is down here. So I'm seeing this, I'm like, all right, you know what? Get over it. This trade is done with. Yes, you fucked up. You should have closed it there. You did it. It is what it is. Let's move on to the next trade. Now, looking at this, I took this sell. Why? Because this, let me take this off. This is the same exact pattern that we have over here. So I was telling everyone in Discord as well, yeah, we're on that support, but guys, we've seen this pattern plenty of times. There's a sell, all right before news comes out as well. So this right here, I had took this, I took this out. So I took this one here, and at this point, news is going to come out. All right, so news comes out. So this happens at 10 o'clock. Obviously, we have that huge drop. This comes to it as well. This candle, I was looking at this rejection. I did not close this trade yet. It wasn't until it wasn't this one. It was the break of this. Right. So as soon as this candle started breaking out of this, around this area when price came up to here, we came down a little bit. And then the next kind of, no, it was this one. Because once we started shooting up, I had closed the trade. And at that point, I think I'm down for the day about like 60 pips. Once that happened, I said, you know what? It is what it is. I'm just done for the day. I'm taking that L. And the reason why I decided to do that. Now, again, I could have just, wait for a better entry because of the fact that it's only 10 o'clock. But the reason why I decided to be done for the day is because of the fact that how I responded and reacted for that first two trades. Wasn't really feeling it. And again, I know myself. Also, I have a lot going on from the morning time. Like I'm up and downstairs, making sure my son was okay and situated, my wife and so forth. So you know what? Again, that's not an excuse. I just understand where I'm currently at, my current thought process, and I'm like, fuck, it is what it is. Just take the L. So that happened, and I would say to everyone this as well. Like we break out of this, price should have no problem retesting this. Why? Because it's just market structure, right? We're not going to just go all the way up, all the way down. We're going to retest previous points of support resistance. And today was no different. You guys can see nice double bottom off of that controlling candle, which is right here at 1012. Price that came up, right? Came to it, came down, retested that to the T, higher time frame as well, right? Gave us nice reversal, came up to that zone. Zone is holding. You guys can see for the rest of the day. Now I'm saying that because again, it was so many opportunities I had in which I could have made this a positive day. But I mean, sometimes, you got to accept loss, especially when you have emotional intelligence and you understand where you're currently at, you currently feel. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? So I'm saying that because a lot of traders, what they do is that they tell themselves that they can't lose any day. And ideally, that's really not possible to happen. I mean, you can strive for that, but it's just not going to happen. You're going to start forcing trades and forcing yourself to see things that's not really there. So because when you're in a type of like emotional standpoint, emotional state of mind, just let it go. All right. There's always going to be another day. There's always going to be another trade. And the thing about stop losses and also knowing when to walk away is protecting your account size. Like if you decide to continue trading, what I tell my students as well, especially in the Discord, paper trade, right? There's nothing wrong with paper trading. Why? Because what you're doing, you're trading your eyesight for pattern recognition. And that right there is very important. And it helps you out with your system. Why? Because if you see the pattern recognition along your system, happening over and over, it just helps you. So when that actually opportunity does happen, you click the button without hesitation, and now you can move off. You can move forward to the next trade. All right, I hope this video was great and beneficial for you guys. If you want daily trades, if you want daily trades every single day, jump into my Discord. The link in the description below. Until next time, guys, I'm over it. Peace out.